mechanics of a simple ankle lock. We're gonna start with my opponent attacking my foot over here. So he's gonna get a guillotine-like grip with his elbow over my ankle over here. Okay, he's gonna clamp it, and then he's gonna wedge his legs around my leg. Okay, so the way he's gonna do it, he needs to make sure that he will be controlling my hip and also my knee joints. So the way to do it is to place the foot onto the hip, or rather the heel of the foot onto the hip with the toes out to prevent me from coming closer. Additionally, he will use the other foot to go inside and his knee to clamp. So now he's also controlling my knee. Now the direction of the foot lock will be driving downwards towards the ground, okay? So that's the direction, okay? So now he's wedging in the heel and the knee towards his calf. So there was also one detail here with the foot positioning. There's two foot positionings you can get in this position. One is underneath this hamstring, okay, just locking into a sticky hook and then clamping the knee towards the calf, or keeping this foot onto this hamstring and clamping the knee. What I feel is like this one is a little bit tighter, because if your foot is positioning a little bit this way, that allows you a better angle for the knee to come down, okay? So you can try both. This is my personal preference, to have it onto the furthest hamstring, hook it up, and then drive the knee, exerting pressure to the outside, okay? So this will secure a nice positioning, and then he will be able to start finishing the footlock from there, okay? So now, as the defender, we're gonna go through like few lines of defense, how to react to it, okay? First reaction, if you can just come out of it for a second, I'm gonna show you, is to put the boot on. So when you put the boot on, you just basically dorsiflex your foot like so. So instead of having a ballerina foot, you wanna point the toes like so, okay? So when he catches the leg, I'm already putting the boot on. So now there's two types of leg locks he can pull off over here. A leg lock, an ankle lock where he exerts pressure on my Achilles. So this is what he's doing right now. So the pressure will be located right here where the Achilles tendon is. If he slides his hand a little bit further down the line over my shoelaces, now he's exerting pressure on the anterior tibialis, which is the front tendon over here. It's a little bit more damaging. So if he leans towards the back, this is where I will feel the pressure right over here, okay? So when I put the boot on and he tries to go for the Achilles, I'm not gonna feel a lot. If I point my toes up, I will tap right away because it's more painful. So putting the boot on will prevent him from damaging my Achilles. And if he tries to slide a little bit further towards the toe line, you see how my toes are still pointed up? It's gonna be very difficult. So now he has to use power, body weight, and a bit of strength to really point my toes from up to down. And he may or may not be able to do that, depending how strong he is and how strong my foot is, okay? So that's the first escape, really, is just to put the boot on like so, okay? I just want you to try it first, guys. Okay, let's go. 3. Okay, so the first defense is to put the boot on. Second defense, I mean, there's no choreography which one should be first, but this one is usually the fastest you can pull off. It's literally it takes 1 second to point the toes up. Secondly, if I have a gi, I'm gonna try to grab the gi and bring myself up. So if he allows me this grip over here, I can easily come up and step this foot heavy on the ground, in which case I've escaped the threat, okay? So the immediate threat is when I'm on my side with my hip on the floor. The moment that my hips start elevating off the floor and the foot is on the ground, there's no real threat anymore, okay? So he's got two options here. First is to deny me this grip using his free hand. So if I try to catch, he's just gonna simply block it, okay? You can finish the footlock with just one hand. So if he's using just one hand, then he can easily block. All right, this is the first one. One, foot on the floor, and on the floor, and I just lift myself up to this position here. From here, you'll be able to start passing, okay? Second one, his knees are pointed directly towards the floor, so I'm going to be doing exact opposite, bringing the knees towards the other side. The way to do it, you come this way, Carl, is to shift my body weight towards the right, tuck my foot in, bring him with me by grabbing the knee, and shift me towards this side. And again, my left foot is now stomping heavy on the ground. Okay, one more time. So as he goes to turn towards the knees, towards the floor, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. Tuck the foot, grab the knee, and lift up into what looks like a combat base here. Yeah, combat base, so my foot is heavy on the ground and I can start passing. That's the second one we're gonna do, okay? Let's go. And this one here. Okay, so a lot of time what happens, we see people doing this, stripping this foot onto the ground and stepping over, okay? In which case, you could potentially also come up. It's all good, but if I change it and let him do it, there's always a threat. So if he heels down to the ground and steps over, there's a lot of follow, so he can scoot. There's a lot of follow-up attacks I can do, okay? I can just step my other free foot onto the hip and go for the exact same foot lock, or even worse, bring the knee over here and finish belly down positioning foot lock, okay? So I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do it, to strip this, but you have to be conscious that there is a very quick follow-up from here. 1 and 2, okay? So knowing that when he brings the grip down, immediately he needs to lift up, immediately, okay? To deny me any follow-up attacks from there. So just be conscious of that, okay? Let's go, 1, 2, 3.